Today on the Terrible Warriors, the final episode in the secret of Cats of Gravity Falls. We've only got one more of these, and then we can just go back to being regular humans again, right? Like, no more animal RPGs, right, Derek? Like, we're just gonna leave that. We're not... Oh, who am I kidding? We're basically a 50% furry show now, aren't we? Oh, it's the secret of cats. It's the final episode. Will they finally stop the evil gnomification ray? Maybe. How the hell should I know? I only edit the episodes. It's not like I actually listen to them. And Derek the Burrow and his Edmonton kitty cats. They are your terrible warriors.
Hey, terrible listeners, welcome back. It's the Edmonton crew, here with the fourth and final episode of The Secrets of Cats of Gravity Falls. I don't even know why I'm hyping that up anymore. You pretty much figured it out after the first episode. I am joined with...
Shane Fitzgerald.
Sera Prokopiw.
And... where did we leave off? Oh, that's right, you were beating up gnomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly the most Gravity Falls of activities, aside from summoning Bill Cipher.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Deadeye has dream travel.
That's what...
You could fight Bill Cipher in somebody's dreams.
That would have made for an interesting Christmas episode. Merry Christmas. Have a head that's always screaming.
Do you think Bill actually made the planet with the screaming sun from Rick and Morty?
Oh, God, I don't know.
The problem is the sun's always screaming, and the sun comes over the horizon.
If there's any,
Yeah, let's leave.
If there's any crossover that would literally damage the fabric of our reality, it's Gravity Falls with Rick and Morty.
They already crossed over.
I'm a little terrified now.
When the stuff gets sucked through Ford's portal,
Oh, boy.
there's an episode of Rick and Morty where Rick's randomly opening portals, and the stuff flies out of it.
Holy crap. Is there anything Rick and Morty won't whore itself out to?
On the other hand,
Gravity Falls,
it explains...
The Simpsons, weird-ass transcripts from court cases.
And Futurama.
Oh, well, of course, Futurama.
But it does explain
Rick
a lot
is exactly
about...
what Doc Brown would be in the Futurama universe.
It does explain a lot about Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's amazingly badass. Anyway, you're beating up gnomes, and some rats are coming. What are you going to do? Are you going to stick around and try and fight all the rats and the gnomes? And Norm the gnome, who is now gnomelier than other gnomes?
Who is gnome incarnate. Both ends have a G in front of them. So it's I-G-N. Well, I'm not going to spell it.
Yeah.
You can figure it out for yourselves.
I feel like at the very least we need to destroy this gnomification ray.
There are 3 others around town.
Yeah, like
Yep.
I feel like we need do we need to destroy them all? Like, I think that we might.
Well, if that's the case, there's no way we're going to be able to do it ourselves. And it seems unlikely we'd be able to get the Parliament of Cats to help us in time, because it sounds like they're just about ready to fire all of these things.
The rats are coming.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like the only option we may have is to convince the rats that the gnomes are screwing them over,
Yeah,
so that
let's do it.
Norm the gnome's going to try and do a gnomely thing.
Okay.
Because he is only capable of doing things in a gnomely fashion now.
Okay.
Ha!
A very gnomely fashion, because you just rolled 3 minuses and a blank.
Norm the gnome is finding that his larger, more gnomely hands have a hard time grasping the smaller gnomification ray, which is less gnomely than he is.
You're gonna have to.
Norm the gnome is the front of a gnome in all directions now.
Oh, okay.
He has become Lovecraft's gnome.
You're gonna have to do this to convince the rats, I think. You're the one with rapport.
Oh, yeah, and you all go back up to your 3 fate points at the start of the session.
Which, as we know from Spirit of the Century, is for people who aren't crazy. If you remember that reference.
Yes, I don't have rapport. That's because it's for people who aren't crazy. Oh, wait, no, that was my line. His rapport is for people who aren't crazy. Yes. Well, okay, Shane, so you got rapport. Here's my question. How many aspects do you want to try and use on this one?
Oh, God. Okay, well, an obvious one is to protect Toby.
Okay.
I don't want to see Toby turn into some fucking gnome.
Okay, that's one. I will take your protection of Toby.
Okay.
Altruistic
yeah,
shaper?
altruistic would be a good one.
Okay, that's another one.
Okay. What else could I use? Gatekeeper? Well, no, that's my true name. That wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No.
You might just get 2 on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're sitting at a 7 right there, or +2 in a reroll. So, you want to roll and see how this goes?
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Okay. Roll to overcome.
Okay.
Do you want to reroll, or do you want to sit at your at a 7?
7 is pretty damn high. But is it high enough, is the question.
I leave this in your hands.
You know what? I'm going to go with the 7.
7. An epic action. The chart only goes up to legendary. It's supposed to be legend, wait for it. Roll dice, dairy. So what are you saying?
Okay, is the Rat King there?
Well, the rats are kind of boiling out. They're presumably carrying the Rat King behind them somewhere.
Okay. So I'm going to yell out, Rat King! The gnomes are deceiving you! They don't care about you, they just want to make more gnomes!
That's not true! We're ratifying things! Ratificating things!
Yeah, that's not what ratification means!
I know! I can read! You want to give me a lore check on that one, Shane? See if you can create an advantage with your lore, adding your +2 from literate.
Ew. Yeah.
So you're at a 2, I think, at that point. So lore 2. Yeah, +2 from literate. Yep.
Okay, so...
I, a gnome, disagree with you, a cat, on the meaning of ratify-cate. Probably.
I'm sick of all
Strap
this
your
chatter.
lock. Savior.
So I want to go to the gnome ray and point it to like a stalactite or something and prove to the rats that it's a gnomification.
Okay.
Yes!
How does the gnomification ray work?
They pressed a bunch of buttons.
Okay, give me a roll.
Yeah, just pop,
Just
pop,
nope.
pop.
No, you're not adding anything to it. Just a straight roll. To be fair, they're also using it on straight rolls because they're not even sure how it works. You are at -1.
Well.
Do you have any aspects of any sort that you might be able to invoke?
Like, I feel like my dark past one is kind of a cop-out, but I can also say that I protect the morning paper. Because, like, again, same thing. Like, if they...
You're putting it on the line to protect the paper boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, throw a chip in and give it a reroll.
Okay.
Okay, here's the good news, Sarah. You don't turn yourself into a gnome.
Okay.
Which is what would have happened on the -1.
Okay, great.
Here's the bad news. You turn part of the Rat King into a gnome.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
So it's a no. So you hit 2 of the rats, making up the Rat King, and they become gnomes except they're like Siamese twin gnomes.
Joined with the hat.
Yes, joined at the hat.
Yeah.
I was going to say joined at the sleeve, but sure, joined at the hat. And their hats are stuck in with the tails, and their feet are kicking out. I'm a gnome! I am gnome! And they're looking at each other. I am gnome! I am gnome! And then they start having a slap fight with each other over who's a gnome. And the rest of the Rat King's like, we don't gnome?
Yeah.
We don't gnome. Gnome! And the rest of the rats are just... They don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
That's when Melvin's going to invoke She Killed My Brother.
Oh no!
That aspect that he's still carrying from earlier.
Oh god.
Well,
I love this aspect game.
But it doesn't love you.
I mean, I guess no one really liked
Well,
Melvin's brother anyway.
He was going to use it for the +2. He'll use it for the reroll. That's better.
Shit.
Melvin, see what happened? Catsep turned Rat King into gnome. He am now Gnome King. Get cats.
Wait. Technically...
Your rapport was working really well, Shane,
Yeah.
until you turned part of the person you were having a rapport with into gnomes.
My bad.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I'm going to give you one back on that one. That is the essence of poor life choices there. Unknown technology, I hit buttons. Because that's what the gnomes did.
I'm just thinking to myself, how do I make them agree with me that cats don't gnome people, gnomification raise gnome people?
We've turned gnome into a verb.
Yeah. We have.
The gnomes are going to try and make a break for it.
Oh boy.
Well, you did get off of both of them.
Yeah.
Schmebulok Sr. escapes.
Damn it.
Okay. Steve escapes. Norm the gnome continues to stare off into the insufferable gnomely beauty of the world as he slowly gnomely spins him to himself. He's at this point, you get the impression that he's rotating, but you only ever see his front-facing area. So you're not sure, but he's lifted about 1.5 feet off the ground, and the top of his head is slowly drilling into the top of the cavern.
Why do I have a feeling this whole thing with Norm is just going to end up in like a post-credit style scene where he ultimately spins so much he turns into an inapposite gate that Mutork uses to get out of Gravity Falls.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. I wasn't even thinking of that, but sure, let's go with it.
You're welcome.
I was just going to have something in the junkyard blow up.
Either is totally acceptable from Mutork, let's be perfectly honest with ourselves. Okay, so...
Well,
the gnomes...
The gnomes are booking it back towards the front of the cave, back towards the cave entrance. The rats are in absolute chaos that's slowly starting to move towards you. The Rat King is now 1/3 gnome.
Oh god.
Let's
I'm trying to figure out if I can appeal to the remaining rats of the Rat King that...
Gonna give you this one. You're currently under an aspect... Turned our leader into a gnome.
What if we can we like incite the rats to like, although it might be negative to us, we can incite the rats to like rage or destroy the gnomification ray? And at least that's one thing in our favor.
Sure, if you can figure out a way to do that. I just wrote that down. I'm going to tweet it at Evil Hat later.
Oh, God.
Well, you think about yourself. I'm just going to tweet it at Evil Hat now.
Oh, God. This is...
Like, what if we incited a riot?
We're already inciting an unfortunate series of hashtags. So, at this point, I think that's probably our best option, because really our only focus right now is to get rid of this ray gun.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that we've, honestly, like, although we haven't defeated the Rat King as such, we have, incapacitated it in a sense by making it half gnome. Or 1/3 gnome.
1/3 gnome!
Oh, boy.
I don't know, between my provoking and your rapport, perhaps we can incite a riot to destroy the gnomification ray. Like, change the target, like the object of their ire.
That's not a bad idea, really. So far, my rapport has been doing pretty damn well.
Okay, yeah. Give me a rapport roll then.
Okay.
Let's see how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
Not well.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll.
Okay, what are you using?
For my aspect, let's see, naively friendly.
Okay, sure. We'll see how naively friendly you can be as you try to befriend the angry rats. Well, +1, so you're getting a 4.
Yep.
Melvin's gonna once again invoke "killed my brother." He'll take that. That's a 4. So you're at a 0. A 0, you succeed, but at a minor cost. Your minor cost will be... The rats aren't going to help you. The rats are after you, but they're going to destroy the gnomification ray first.
That's what we want.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, but the rats aren't going to help you, though. You were hoping to get the rats to help you destroy or find the other 3 gnomification rays.
Oh, there's that. Yeah.
Well, this is the cost of getting this gnomification ray destroyed. So you're going to be booking it out of the tunnels after this.
Yeah. Let's
as
get
the
hell
rats
out of here.
fall upon the gnomification ray, I'm just going to roll to see if anything happens to them. Yeah. You don't see exactly what happens, but as you're running away from it, there's this explosion in the tunnel, and you are beating feet away from it. But you just the explosion is shaped like the flaming face of a gnome. And the crack and the boom of the roar is like no.
Yeah.
And you make it out of the tunnel just as the fireball and the shockwave.
I imagine it sounds like Darth Vader.
No.
So good.
Oh man!
As the shockwave hits the gnomes who are slowly getting up outside the front of the tunnel and bowls them over again.
To be fair, though, Vader got a lot of his cool points back at the end of Rogue One.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
it.
no
It's
spoilers.
Awesome.
Okay.
Spoilers, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
Good, okay.
It's debatably better than Force Awakens.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
They figured out how to tell a Star Wars story with no Jedi.
Cool.
Which is
Okay,
something they
into-
definitely
And no
needed.
Skywalker soap operas.
Yes!
Yeah.
In any case, how are you going to find those other gnomification rays as you escape into the forest? I will just give you escaping into the forest.
Okay.
Okay.
Shoot.
I mean, there's all those other woodland creatures still. All those magical creatures. Like the pixies don't like the gnomes. They just had a fight.
Yeah.
Like, can we recruit some other magical creatures?
Well, do you
an
want to
idea.
try and report to the Parliament?
Yeah, that's another thing that we can do. Report to the Parliament. Some...
I'm wondering if it might be worthwhile for us to split up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I can use my rapport to convince the pixies and any other magical creatures I can find to find and destroy the other nomification rays, she can get the Parliament on the job as well.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay. You're going to the Parliament. Shane's going to go talk to the magical creatures of the forest.
Yep.
Okay. So, Deadeye, you set out to try and gather the Parliament. And, Shade, you head back towards where you saw all the magical creatures partying. And you walk back into a unicorn rave.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk into a clearing. There are a bunch of unicorns. Their horns are pulsing with dubstep music.
Yeah, yeah.
Let us remember, this is one of the few things that unicorns can actually do. And there are pixies, and there are some gnomes, and there are some various fairies. And they're all basically raving in the middle of the forest.
All right. So, yeah.
This is your plan. I just want to say, anything that happens from here on is on your head. Your cute kitty head.
Funny enough, my plan didn't factor in a unicorn rave.
Few plans do.
But to be fair, considering this is Gravity Falls, I consider myself to be rather naive for not planning that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna jump up onto a big rock or anything that gets me into a high enough position to address everybody.
Sure.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that it's going to be very difficult in this situation to be taller than the unicorns.
I'm fine with that. Just something that gets me into a decent, speech position.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And I'm going to call out to everybody. I'm going to call out to
You're going to call out. Make me a report check. Let's see how well you call it out. Whatever you are going to call out. The great thing is, if you do an open-ended statement before... Oh, Jesus Christ.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm invoking a couple of aspects on this.
Yeah. Shade rolled all minuses.
Yeah, so... I'm doing altruistic, and I'm doing Toby again.
I'm not going to let you invoke Toby on this one, just because Toby isn't you're not directly addressing it about Toby, and your actions you're not taking physical action that would theoretically defend Toby.
Okay.
Do you want to go maybe try smart but not street smart?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, so throw on your 2 fate chips, and you're going to go reroll and then add a +2.
All right.
You can't roll worse than you did. You could, in fact, roll the polar opposite of what you did and get 4 pluses.
I'm Braveheart in this bitch.
7. So you got a 9. Beyond legendary.
Yes!
All right, William Wallace.
How am I going to do this?
Tell me about how you kill the English with fire from your eyes and lightning from your arse. Go.
Oh, God. See, you stole the best line I would have had. Oh, oh, wow.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall!
Great and good, fantastic creatures of Gravity Falls, hear me. There are traitors among us. As we speak, the gnomes have incited a plot to turn all of Gravity Falls into their kind and their kind alone.
The gnomes who are partying are slowly inching away from the rave. Why would they do such a dastardly thing?
In the end, the gnomes only care for the gnomes. And as a protector of my owner, and by
Well, he's not your owner. He's like your human, but
I stand as a protector of my human, and by extension, all of those who dwell in this land. Yes, I'm using
Keep
Toby.
going, Aslan.
I'm using Toby Determined.
Keep going, Aslan.
It
Tell
occurs
them
to me
how you need them to fight the White Queen.
I'm still in the form of a lynx, aren't I?
You're kind of shrinking back down.
Yeah.
Come on, talk about how you need to save Narnia.
Shut up! Be majestic and shit. We all deserve to be who we are. So I ask all of you to help me in stopping this sinister plot.
Yeah!
Yes!
Break some gnomes! As like 5 pixies jump on one gnome and start, rough him up! Steal his hat! I want his teeth!
That's...
Whoa,
okay.
whoa, Morgan, that's going too far, man. But I want his teeth!
Alright, Tooth Fairy, chill. Sorry, Tooth Pixie.
Thank you!
We've destroyed one of the machines that they were going to use to change all of us, but there are 3 more located throughout Gravity Falls. We need to find them, and we need to destroy them, and we need to do it now.
Hijack the unicorn! As a bunch of woodland sprites jump on one of the unicorns. No, get off of me! Small creatures, no!
Oh, I'm sorry, unicorns. Do you want to be gnomes?
Ride me into battle!
There you go!
Okay,
Yeah.
So well, Shade gets the 2nd Cavalry.
Yeah.
Literally, apparently.
And while Derek has a mild aneurysm before our eyes.
The problem is I'm managing all the NPCs, so anything that they say is actually my fault.
This is amazing.
Deadeye goes to rally the Parliament of Cats. How are you doing this, Deadeye?
I am.
We're
I'm going...
deep into Mass Effect 3 territory at this point. We really are.
I'm going to. I'm gonna go to find Nibs and White.
And White Whiskers and Mr. Catface.
And Mr. Catface. Yeah, to summon like an emergency meeting of the Cat Parliament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you ask this of us, young cat?
It just occurred to me that Mr. Catface is proud of his name, Mr. Catface, because he is the face of cats in Gravity Falls.
Yes.
Also, I'm cute. Yes, Mr. Catface,
right,
we do admit we acknowledge your cuteness, but we must know why this young cat has come before us.
Because our very existence is in peril. Our very cat existence is in peril. Our ability to lap milk and expose our bellies to the warm rays of the sun, all of these things will be taken away from us if the gnomes succeed in their plans to gnomificate everyone and everything in Gravity Falls. Our humans will no longer be able to serve us because they will be gnomes. We will no longer be able to be served because we will be gnomes. All any of us will do is stand in gardens. This is a serious matter.
I'll have you know, this is a major point of character development for Deadeye right now.
I'm being really
She's
emotionally
putting her
vulnerable.
violent, aggressive nature aside and realizing her abilities as a leader.
I went through a massive character change to accomplish this climactic event.
It's just beautiful. So, okay, I'm gonna make me a roll. You do not have rapport, though.
Yep.
What aspects do you want to invoke on this?
Can I use burglary to steal their hearts?
No. Alas, that is not how burglary works. So
Sweet summer child. That was beautiful.
I admit that is. Oh wow.
Way to tug on the heartstrings of our 100,000 downloaders.
I'm gonna
You know what? You're a scrappy tomcat. You're standing up. You're making a stand. Give me a roll. on a 1. With, then it becomes a 3 with the... Okay. You have touched our hearts. You scrappy tomcat youth. I feel touched on my belly. Yes, Mr. Catface. This is very true. We will rally the Parliament to the defense of Gravity Falls. To the meeting place! And then they just start yowling. And then there's more cat yowls. And all the cats eventually arrive at the meeting place. There is also a goat.
Mm-hmm. Of course there is.
Then Mutork shouts at the goat. And the goat brays back at him. And they're doing their whole thing in the background there.
Yeah.
Just something the animators can play around with. All cats of Gravity Falls.
You are thoroughly convinced that this is going to get a season 3 made, aren't you?
Alex Hirsch, make the Cats of Gravity Falls, please. Petition.
We could get a web series out of this.
Change.org petition. Dear Disney, make season 3 about Cats at Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Well then. Cats of Gravity Falls, a great, terrible thing is before us. This young, brave tomcat has brought word that the gnomes have risen up against us and must be stopped. We call upon you now to defend your burdens by that thing that you wanted us to do.
Finding and destroying all of the gnomification rays.
What she said. Well, how do you say? If our house is a gnome, then we cannot inherit it. If our riches are gnomes, then we have no riches. They would just be gnomes. Then we'd be gnomes. Shut up, Larry.
Shut up, Larry.
Oh.
It only just occurred to me now that literally everything will be turned into gnomes too.
Yeah.
Like every inanimate object would be gnomes.
It's like the Midas touch, except with gnomes.
Yes.
Oh god. So it'd be.
Mutorcam cannot be gnomey person. Mutorcam kitty person. This would drastically interfere with Mutork plans, which Mutork do not have. Go away! Go away, numbers! Yes! Yow, meow, blah, 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 blah. Cat sounds. Cat sounds. Yes, so you have cats.
Sweet.
Now, what does a gnomification ray look like?
Shiny. The shiniest thing you've ever laid your eyes upon.
Cats of Gravity Falls, find the shiniest thing you have ever laid your eyes upon and destroy it.
I just want to check first. May I quote the spirit?
Sure.
The shiny thing to end all shiny things. You said it was okay.
At least you didn't
You said
say,
I could do it.
I'm the octopus, I've got 8 of everything.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, Sam Jackson, what a terrible role for you. Okay.
To be fair, he at least owned it.
The cats go forth, and they begin breaking things. To be fair, it's a very normal cat behavior. So while the cats are breaking things, Shade is leading his army of woodland creatures to find the
Astride
gnomification...
the dickish unicorns.
Astride dickish unicorns.
Yep.
With their overly flattery unicorn names.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like
Celestabel Bethabel.
Oh yeah.
Was the name of the one named unicorn in the show.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, or just Seabeth as her friends called her.
Seabeth. Yeah.
And the unicorns, their horns are like rave lights through town.
Yeah.
And the citizens of Gravity Falls are like, we don't know what's going on. Everything's being broken. And Shane, you come across a gnomification ray. It's set up in the forest. There are like 3 gnomes standing around it in their lab gnome gear.
Of course.
Which is like, once again, it's the lab coat over all their regular gnome clothes, and then a big white, and then a white lab coat draped over top of their gnome hat and goggles. And they're trying to calibrate, and they're going to try and fire the gnomification ray at you as you charge forward.
Good. Oh, crap.
Well, that's going to go right into the middle of your forces.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, several pixie-sized gnomes are floating in the air on pixie wings.
Oh.
We're gnomes! Gnomes can't fly! Then they all fall out of the sky.
Man.
And then you are upon them. What is your plan? Just straight up break the machine?
Pretty much.
Give me a fighting check as you attempt to keep hold of a unicorn that you are riding. Unicorns do not handle well, apparently. Which is your fighting of what? 2?
Yeah.
2? Okay. Well, you plow into the gnomes. Unfortunately, as I said, you're a cat trying to ride a bareback on a unicorn. Unicorns do not handle well.
No.
Especially the fact that the unicorn isn't even so much obeying your directions as, hey, there's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't go so well for the unicorn.
Damn it.
The unicorn charges a horn first into the gnomification ray. And then its horn is a gnome.
Oh, God.
This is rapidly becoming some Bill Cipher level shit.
I think Bill's just hanging back with a cup of coffee. It's like, wow, this is the least work I've had to do in a long time. I like these cats. I might actually let them live.
And the gnomification ray falls over and breaks without exploding.
Cool. Acceptable losses.
Deadeye! You lead a small group of the art cats out, and you actually manage to find a gnomification ray. Mainly because it's on top of that building over there.
Cool.
It's like really, really obvious.
Yeah.
To anyone who's not a human, in which case they just think that, Crazy Shelley is putting up another crazy weather vane on top of her house, along with the other 27 that are up there.
Yeah.
And you gonna pounce? You just...
Yeah, we're gonna, honestly, like, we're gonna fall upon it, and all of us at once, are gonna mark our territory on it and short-circuit it. Is that a thing I can do?
Yes.
Cool.
That's the weirdest form of attack I think I've ever seen in the game. We're all going to piss on it.
Yep.
Give me a fighting check, I guess.
Yep. Four.
Yeah, that'll okay. It short circuits, and we'll see what happens. It's really difficult to do a random table when all you've got is dice that have pluses and minuses and blanks on them. I'm mainly just looking to see how many blanks. Oh, good, it doesn't explode.
Cool.
It shorts out, and the gnomes are looking at it like they're just mutely pointing at it. Every gnome for himself. So funny thing about gnomes, when they fall, they're pretty aerodynamic, except they're aerodynamically pointed down. All the gnomes land pointy hat first into the ground and stick there. And then you meet up at the last gnomification ray. And it is well defended at this point. There's a whole bunch of gnomes around there. They've in fact formed up into a larger gnome.
Like a Power Ranger.
Yes, it's more or less how the gnomes work.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cats! This was our genius plan! Schmebulok! That's right, Schmebulok! This was our great genius plan that we all worked on together! We were going to make more gnomes! More gnomes, you hear me? More gnomes. Can they hear me, Schmebulok? Okay, we should shout louder. Everybody in turn, more gnomes! Except one of the people shouting more gnomes is just shouting, Schmebulok!
How many more times can you do that paw thing?
Can I do like
What, do you think she's like a D&D monk that she only has a limited number of times per day?
Can I just like chain? Yeah, can I like chain that attack, and can I just like hop from like gnome to gnome in this pyramid and just like
What, murder punching all of them?
like yeah?
Genociding the gnomes of Gravity Falls?
Okay, so like.
By the way,
an
Sarah,
idea.
Murder Punch was actually the name of one of the characters in their Spirit of the Century game, Dr. Murder Punch.
And it didn't work. He went to go do it, and every time he went to go do it, he rolled all negatives.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so that's one idea. I could like murder punch everybody. Or like an alternative idea that I had is that like all of those all of the unicorns could start like pumping their dubstep. And then, like, the gnomes, because of course they wouldn't be able to stop themselves from, like, moving to it, would, like, their defense would crumble because, like, they wouldn't be steady. And then we could just mop them up from there. So, like, murder punch or dubstep. I think those are, like, roughly equal options in terms of just devastation.
This became a bizarrely tactical game at this point.
Yeah. Well, as tactical as it is to basically mimic the dubstep gun, but yeah.
You would like to create the aspect addicted to dubstep.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I would.
I am in favor of this plan.
Give me a roll. I don't even know what you're rolling. Just give me a roll.
You.
Well, it'll. Wow. Okay, so they're.
I feel like naively friendly and like into getting people into diverse musical styles that aren't necessarily good are like, I think those aspects totally.
The problem is he doesn't have any fate points left.
Yeah.
You could give him one of your fate points to invoke it.
I can do that.
Okay.
You want to reroll, Shane?
Yeah.
Get it.
Get him! Get him! Off to the side, the mayor doesn't know when he wakes up. Get him!
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh, still.
So that gives us
Damn
like
it.
a 1.
Yeah.
Because I have a 1.
Well, the good thing is they rolled 2 negatives and 2 blanks.
Great. Okay.
The gnomes are now addicted to dubstep. Unz,
Yeah.
unz, 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 unz.
Yeah. Wicked.
Which is now a
The
aspect that
soundtrack
each
to
of you
this game is gonna be
gets
amazing.
a free compel against them to invoke that. Wow, okay, that's a thing. Well, we've already set the soundtrack for this game, and it's kind of a little jazzy because you're cats.
Yeah.
Oh. Honestly, like if you search jazz dubstep, I'm sure it exists.
Oh my god.
I'm sure it exists.
No, I think I'm going to keep it as... I'm going to keep it as is. This game has rapidly changed from my original plans, but as I noted on the last page of my notes are written the words, Hour 4. Revelation about the gnomes and the gnomification ray. Really, this hour is just going to be a lot of nonsense that involves the cats tricking or fighting a lot of lawn gnomes in order to discover the massively overfed Rat King. What the hell does anyone do? What are things? How are actions? Where are my pants?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thankfully, still on him, so. At least we haven't gone that far off of the rails.
Okay, so they are now dubstepping. And now you're just going to plow into them?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like they're not stable, you know. So
Okay, both of you give me fighting checks.
I think we established a while ago that gnomes aren't stable.
No, we really did when you plowed into them.
Ah.
man.
Oh!
So like
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna like invoke
Yeah.
like
Spoiling for a fight?
spoiling for a fight.
That's our last fate point.
Oh god.
Please.
Ooh,
Still real
2. Well, you get a free invoke of their addicted to dubstep, so that's you're at a 4, which is we're gonna see if that can knock them over. It might not. 4 is good, but you managed to beat them by 1.
Yes.
Bam! The gnomes go down. Okay. They go down. They just topple. All of them falling in individual pieces. Spamderlock! Spamderlock Senior! Wham! Wham! And the mystical creatures start going, yay! And they're like, yay, we beat the gnomes, guys! Yeah, hundreds of years and we finally showed those gnomes who's boss! Apparently a bunch of cats! And then one of the gnomes crawls, just like clawing his way across the ground to the gnomification ray.
Oh, man.
And he starts beating on the side of it. And it starts powering up, and it starts powering up. What are you going to do?
He's still addicted to dubstep, right?
Yeah? But you only got one free invoke on that one.
I think, I don't, like, honestly, my first instinct is to be like, mythical creatures, everybody pee! But, like, I don't know what kind of range we have, so, like, I think I'm gonna, I want to pounce at that gnome.
Okay.
I want to get that gnome.
Okay, give me a roll.
I'm gonna go for this too.
4.
Ugh. Doesn't go too well for me.
No, it does not go well for you at all, Shane. You can succeed, but take a major cost, or you can just miss. Sera, you will hit.
Yeah, I'll just miss.
Okay. Shade overshoots as he's trying to not hit the gnomification ray.
Yeah.
Okay, you have other skills, buddy.
Yeah.
You, however, hit the gnome.
Convince an army
and
of
just
mythical
tackle
creatures
him.
to help us.
To the ground. You know, you do a couple paws across his face. You get the claws right in there. It's too late! The gnomification ray is reaching critical mass!
We need mute work.
Yes!
Mutork is not your Deus Ex Machina.
Come on!
I would feel terrible.
Why?
Because he's my own freaking character.
And he can save the day!
Debatably. I remind you, not even the gnomes seem to fully understand how the machines work.
Does Mutork understand how the machines he's worked on in the past work?
No, but he had powers back then. He doesn't have those powers in this reality.
Oh.
Okay.
He could try.
We have mute work. That's an option. We have,
You have the goat.
Oh, God.
like, could the goat be the ultimate sacrifice? Could he like jump on that gnomification ray the way that a combat?
Again, that kind of brings the continuity of the show into question.
Someone's got to make a sacrifice.
Did somebody say sacrifice?
Oh, no.
You know what?
No.
What?
No, I'm turning into Tracy Morgan. No.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's play with this. Time stops. And it's just you two moving, and everything else goes kind of black and white. And then there's a line in the air, and then another line, and then another line, and it kind of folds out until it's a floating triangle. And it's wearing a weird little top hat, and it's got vague arms and legs, and it's glowing, and there's an eye in the middle of it.
Oh.
Somebody said sacrifice!
That is really goddamn meta for you to reach for that.
Bill Cipher is made of goddamn meta.
This is true. What are you?
I'm just a regular old-fashioned visitor from another dimension. And you're a bunch of cats. Wow, this is definitely different.
Yeah, no. today is already weird enough. No, I think we got this.
You're all good with being gnomes? Okay.
Who is this?
It's Bill Cipher. He's functionally the devil.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
like the big bad of Gravity Falls.
So, like, here's the thing, though. Like, we're cats. We have 9 lives, which I would think to
Theoretically
me, like,
speaking.
that you have 9 souls. So, like, what's a soul between friends, you know?
I'm not even asking for a soul.
What you asking for?
You just have to do me a favor in the future.
Okay, even if
I'm
you
just
don't-
currently spinning the poker chip in my hand.
Yeah, real, like, diabolical style.
Yeah. That.
Keep in mind, no metagaming, you don't know who Bill Cipher is. He's just this
hell.
weird thing.
Even in that context, this is a weird ass thing that just made time stop and is asking for a favor in
Yeah,
exchange.
Nomageddon is, like, imminent.
Oh, no, I love it. I love it.
It's happening.
Nomageddon, Gnomocalypse, Gnome the Rock. Yeah, I'm reaching
I'll
now.
do it.
I love all the gnome puns you're coming up with. This is great. Look, she's willing to sacrifice something. That's fantastic.
I'll do this. I'll
Take one for the team.
take one for the team. I'll fall on this sword.
Oh boy.
Well, you know, you're a cat. You don't really have a reference for falling on your sword, but yeah.
Right, yeah. Fall on this pointy.
I'll swipe the glass off the counter for you.
That's racist. No.
What?
Speciest?
Speciest, yes.
Hey, I'm not into that kind of thing. I judge all weird life forms on Earth equally.
This is all just really suspect. You appeared at the mentioning of sacrifice, which to be fair, like in context, they wouldn't even really understand because it was meta.
No, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you know, talking about making sacrifices.
Can you at least give us some idea of what kind of favor?
Sure, I'll even tell you
what kind
what
of favor. I'm gonna use the word godlike being would want from a couple of cats.
Sure! I just need you to take a package to someone.
I'm sure there's more to it than that, but that's not nearly as bad as I would think. Okay.
Fantastic! Let's see here. Done! And he just... he holds out his hand and just for you, like, shake a paw with him. It's a deal. Time starts again. You kind of feel out of place in your own head as you walk over and casually paw the big red button on the side of it. And it powers down. And then you're back in your own head.
Oh, man.
Okay, that was wild. That was weird.
Nobody seems to notice that anything odd happened. In the context of a bunch of weird woodland fairy creatures and a bunch of cats fighting a bunch of gnomes around a big shiny gnome cannon.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I've got a different sort of burden now.
Yeah.
Or a different sort of trouble,
This
perhaps.
is probably going to come back to bite us really, really hard someday. But let's just focus on the fact that
This, in fact, counts as an epic-level consequence that permanently alters one of your aspects.
oh boy. Yeah, let's just focus on the fact that we managed to save all of Gravity Falls from
The gnomes are running away at this point.
the gnomening.
The
Yeah.
gnomening. I don't know, I
Because this sounds like something M. Night Shyamalan would do.
I liked Gnomegeddon.
Gnomegeddon. Yeah, Gnomegeddon was pretty epic.
I think Gnomegeddon
I just felt like it deserved some kind of Shyamalan type name. It was epically foolish, and he's about to make James McAvoy do a split personality thing. So, yeah.
Because that's a respectful movie to people with mental illness.
Yeah.
So, you have dealt with the gnomes.
So was that last movie that he did.
Yeah.
That found footage movie, which the title of which I forget, but whatever.
Yeah. In any case, the gnomes are defeated. Everyone parties. The gnome cannon is trampled beneath the hooves of the dubstep unicorns. And you return to your home. And you jump up onto the bed and crawl up beside Toby Determine's head. And you don't because you're scrappy and considering your terrible, awful new troubles that you have created for yourself. And then we fast forward a bit and you find a mysterious package, just sort of guided by dreams. And you know where to bring it. And you drop it on a doorstep and you walk away. And the door opens, and a very tiny person walks out with huge hair. It's a package for Whitlow, me. And then we'll cut there, and then we'll cut to Norm the gnome as he slowly drills up through the earth hat first, rises into the air, and continues to revolve until he becomes a gnome-shaped portal. And then, yes, Mutork walks up to it and looks at it. Yeah, okay. Ain't that perfectly convenient? And hops through. Yay! And that will end the game in a very odd fashion.
Yep.
I admit, I put you into a situation in the end where I was really hoping you'd just get enough of a roll to be able to stop the machine. But you didn't have any fate points left to invoke anything. And so it really just came down to raw chance. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just... Gravity Falls has a Deus Ex Machina character.
Yep.
And I will let it be that, but I will not let it be
I don't know if I call him a
Mutork.
Deus Ex Machina character, considering everything that happens as a result of his involvement is terrible.
Yes, well, you did something awful in the context of the series. You are apparently the reason why Gideon Gleeful has something.
Oh, great.
Oh, well. Well, that wraps up the final episode of The Secret of Cats Gravity Falls. I'm Derek the Bard from Chase the Muse. I have been your cat-herding GM for this evening. Literally towards the end of the game. And I'm joined with my players.
Shane Fitzgerald.
Sera Prokopiw.
Keep it weird, folks.
Terrible Warriors is new episodes every Tuesday and every Thursday. The Secret of Cats may be done for now, but that means if you're a Patreon supporter, that you can head on over today to our Patreon page where the entire campaign is available for download, debrief episode is available for download, and Derek's even thrown in a couple PDF files available to download. They're all yours if you're a supporter at Patreon at the $5 mark. Because we got, put a line in the sand there, and that's where we drew it. $5. There are other rewards as well, like being named as an NPC character, getting a postcard in the mail, joining us here at the table, which is exactly what happens if you return to Mutants in Orbit. Oh, that's not coming up on Tuesday, though. The next one is Masks. I'm even confusing myself. We go back and forth on the Tuesday episodes. Return to us on Tuesday for the next episode of Masks. I would like to tell you what is happening, but I have no idea, and neither do I in the future, who has at that point recorded the game. So that's weird. This is me trying to sell, I don't even know what this game's about. It's a Powered by Apocalypse one. It's teen superheroes. It's probably great. Come back on Tuesday. It's there. The files are just, why are you listening to me? Listen to the show. Listen to the good stuff. Mutants in Orbit will also return in March as we continue. We're almost done that series. We've got our own Andy Hughes from Patreon who's joining us at the table. Getting to space, the bees are going to attack, they're going to kill everybody, the whole world's at stake. Don't worry. These guys are professionals. We're all doomed. And for future updates on what the next campaign will be here on Thursday, follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors. You can find us on Facebook. We never update Instagram, so don't worry about that place. And of course, patreon.com/Terrible Warriors. Until we meet again, I should tell you that today's Terrible Warriors for the Secret of Cats of Gravity Falls were Derek Burrow, Shane Fitzgerald, and Sera Prokopiw. Welcome to the show, Sera. And we will meet again. Oh yes, we're not going anywhere. We've only just got started this year. And until we meet again, I just have one thing to say. For listening to the Terrible Warriors, thank you.